The soccer coach here at Northwest joins us right now.
Women's soccer.
Women's soccer.
Yeah.
Ranked number 1.
Yep.
21-game winner last year. So high expectations. So, just had somebody walk up and say you're going back to the national playoffs again this year, right?
That is the game plan. That is the game plan right now. Hopefully we can repeat the feat and do it for the third year in a row.
So obviously the accent reigns, especially throughout our statewide radio audience. You are not from here in the States.
Yeah, Biloxi.
What brought you here to Mississippi?
Originally coming over to play college soccer.
So how does that even start? Forgive me for interrupting. I just start there. So you grew up in Scotland.
Yes, sir.
How does that even begin to where you get recruited to play college soccer in Mississippi?
I was playing professional back home, and then an agent basically was dealing with players coming out to America, and he just kind of gave me the opportunity to come out. And I was originally supposed to go to Tyler, Texas, a junior college in Texas, and then the coach moved from Tyler to Mississippi Gulf Coast, and then that's kind of how I ended up down on the coast. So, crazy.
I don't think people in America understand the academy system of English soccer, of how kids go in at like 5 and 6 years old, and they're professional soccer players in a manner of speaking. Sort of explain the academy system and how it works then.
Yeah, so I went into it at 6 years old. I was in it from 6 till 17. We trained 5 days a week. The sole objective of the academy is to produce professional soccer players. That's it. There's no playing time. There's no fees. They're just trying to produce professional soccer players. So my environment from a young age was very, very cutthroat, very professional, really like intense from a really young age, which is 6. And the game plan is they just try and produce pros, which my academy produces number of pros each year. So it's just a different system to the way the US soccer system works, and both have their pros and cons.
And you were telling us in the break there, you one of your teammates was one of the best players in the world, Andy Robertson.
Yeah, so he lives 2 streets up from me back home. He was in the academy for 4 years. So lots of players that are playing in the Premier League right now came from my academy.
I'm trying to think of an NFL. An NFL comparison to him, but he is a smack talker. So he's one of those guys that if he's not on your team, you're not a fan.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, I guess.
Yeah, I mean he knows how to get under his opponent's skin.
He's been like that.
But he's also an outstanding fullback and can put the ball in, can score, can play defense. He's great.
Yeah.
So now you come to America as a coach. Who do you take inspiration from? We're gonna give some names that they don't know, but that's fine. I just want to have the conversation.
I should just walk. I just put my headset on and let you guys just chop. This is awesome.
When Richard and I did the interview and had the professional wrestler, and Richard had no idea what was going on, and I was like,
I just a lot of different coaches. I think you can take something from every single coach. I think even like other sports, like a deep dive into other sports like American football, basketball. I'm really interested in just how leaders operate, and I wouldn't say there's just one within soccer that I look at. I think there's multiple ones to look at across all different sports that you can take something from and implement in your own environment.
What kind of, I'm going to use the real word here, what kind of football do you play?
Probably similar to like Liverpool. Like we're really high press. We want to score. We want to have energy. We want to get the ball forward and attack as quick as possible. We obviously we value possession like everybody else does, but I'd rather the ball be in the opponent's half than our half. So I'd say really aggressive within the ball to attack and advance into the opponent's half.
And then from a recruiting perspective here in the state, soccer is not the biggest sport here. How difficult is the recruiting process for you? Do you have to go outside of the state? Do you have international players on the roster?
We have 1 international, and we have 5 girls from out of state, and then the rest are all in state.
Really?
Yeah, so we've got majority of our roster is made up of Mississippi kids, and the Mississippi talent is within soccer is really starting to pick up. We've got a lot of good players that have came through our program, moved on to Division 1 programs, and are also doing really well at that level.
How tough? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. How has that happened? Mississippi soccer being producing talent is something that I'm surprised to hear, frankly. So what do you think it is?
I think it's just like anything over time. I think coaches are getting better. I think environments are getting better, and I think a lot of people see success. Like we are obviously ranked number 1 in the nation. It helps the next generation kind of want to play the game when they see success. I think every success story breeds more success.
We have a texter who wants to know how long it took you to get used to the summer heat here.
The summer heat, I don't know if I'm used to it right now. I'm still not used to it.
I'm not used to it, but my whole life.
9 years in, yeah, it's just a completely different environment in regards to the air and just the heat. And Scotland's obviously snowing and freezing, so it's just a complete swap.
Only got about a minute left here. Just tell us a little bit about your team, the girls that you're coaching right now, and how far you think they can go.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a really good team. I think, hopefully the game plan would be to get back to the national tournament. We've been there 2 years in a row. Last year we won the state championship, so hopefully can repeat the feat with that as well. We're really lucky here to have a really progressive administration, progressive president, progressive campus, and it makes it really easy for us to try and get the top kids in the state to Northwest Mississippi, which is obviously a really good soccer program.
Outstanding stuff. This interview was all for me, just so you know.